You guys know motorcycles are free, right? I feel like a lot of people want to get into riding and the biggest hurdle is the price tag. So I'm gonna give you advice right now and it's just to buy low and sell high.
Obviously we want to buy low, everything is super expensive.
Well, yeah, but easier said than done. So here's an example of how you can get into riding for free or even come out of it making money. Here's a bike I bought for $1,800. It's a 2014 Ninja 300 with only 400 miles on it. It's not even out of the break-in period yet. Without having to fix anything, I was able to almost double the money I put into it. I found this on Facebook Marketplace maybe 17 minutes after it was posted. Of course, the bike wasn't perfect, and that's what I used as a negotiating point with the seller. In the description, the seller stated that it didn't have a Florida title, it had a Texas title, and the bike wouldn't start up because it had been sitting for a while. Buying a bike that doesn't start, or at least tries to start, is super risky. This is because you don't know what you're getting into until you get into the bike. It could have so many things wrong with it, and you'd rather just walk away from a bike than get into a mystery case, essentially. Even though it's super risky, the bike looks super clean and obviously wasn't abused because of how low miles it was, so I was willing to go take a look at it. What I decided is I'd set up a time with the seller the following morning to go look at the bike. But the mindset I walked in with was, if I can't get this bike to start, I'm not walking away with it. So I brought a battery, and once I got there, I was allowed to put the battery in and it started right up. I was then able to test ride it around the neighborhood and it drove essentially completely perfect. Once I get back from the test ride, I look at the seller and I say, well, the bike's been sitting for a while, so I'm gonna need to put some maintenance work into it. And obviously I just put a new battery in it. So would you be able to take $1,800 for the bike? And for reference, the bike was listed at $2,000 in the post. So I was only talking her down about 200 bucks. She happily obliged because it was a gift from her ex-boyfriend. So she didn't really want it around anyways. In addition to the bike, she also threw in an Alpine Stars jacket, riding gloves, and a Sedici helmet. So that's a total of $300 just in gear she wanted to give away. I was able to sell those for some extra money, so that's a little bit more profit in our pocket. Now that we bought the bike, it was time to take care of the biggest issue, the out-of-state title. Now, there's nothing wrong with an out-of-state title, it just makes it really inconvenient when you're going to the DMV. This is because you can't just bring the title in and have it swapped. You have to bring the whole bike in so they can do a VIN check, which is kind of a pain because you have these old ladies trying to find a VIN number on the forks, super dug into a whole bunch of wires, and they can't really see it well. It's just a pain. Anyways, so 2 hours later, we were finally able to walk out of the DMV with a Florida title. Before anyone says anything, I couldn't just ride the bike there because our DMV is adjacent to a police station and I wasn't trying to catch a case. After that was sorted out, there was literally nothing else the bike needed. Now, to make the bike a little bit more appealing, I went ahead and added a fender delete kit. I didn't have to do this, but I knew I was going to be keeping this bike for a while, so it was just basically to make it look aesthetic. And 2,000 miles later, it was time to get it listed on Facebook Marketplace. I went ahead and listed the bike for $4,000, but no one was even biting on that price, so I lowered it to $3,800 bucks. After lowering it to that, I did get some offers. Some kid offered me $3,500 bucks, and I said sure because it looked like he was just getting into a beginner bike as well, and he was someone I was happy to let that go to. Here's some footage of me taking it to the local meetup spot and selling the bike.
Huh?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get
The bike transaction did not go through because we were having like Zelle and Venmo issues, so it's a Saturday, but there's a bank for him open in Orlando, about 45 minutes away from me, so he's gonna go grab some cash and see if we can't get this thing moving somehow.
3 hours later.
So then they can't try to rob us. Welcome back.
Hey, we're back.
All right, well, ride safe. It was nice doing business with you. Have fun riding.
Hey, I will. Thank you.
All right, have a good one, guys. I ultimately ended up making $1,700 off this bike. I didn't count the fender delete kit or any of the maintenance really because of all the extra gear I got. I was able to sell it and they basically negated each other out. The big takeaway I want you guys to have is to look for bikes that are in situations, or at least that's what I reference them as. There are 3 different types of situations. They're essentially either in a state or a home that A, needs the money, B, can't fix the bike, make sure you would know how to fix it, or at least it's a really easy fix you can just look up how to do, or C, they just don't want it, it's taking up space, and they don't know the value of the bike. This bike was a C case situation. This is because the person just wanted to get rid of it. It was her ex-boyfriend's gift, and she had no idea what the value of the bike was. Each bike in the situation they're in is unique though. To get better at spotting these situations, you simply have to practice. Another bike I was able to apply these situations to, I was able to make $1,500 on it and essentially do no work to it as well. If you guys want to look at that example, go ahead and watch this video so you can get more practice. Please subscribe to support the channel, let me know what you guys think, and if there's anything else I can give you.